poem that I'm going to read for you today is a poem that I started writing during my time in Punjab recently. And whilst I was there, I was able to go to the ceremony that takes place at Wagah border every day at sunset. And this is a ceremony that takes place between the Punjab and the Amritsar side in India and the Punjab and the Lahore side in Pakistan. And it's a huge spectacle of soldiers kicking their legs up in the air and people singing and dancing and people shouting their patriotic chants of Hindustan Zindabad and Jai Hind and all the rest. But whilst I was sitting there, I really started to think about where I actually was. And literally only a few steps away is the other side of my Punjab, a place that I'm not allowed to enter, literally because of a border and a gate stopping me. And it was in that moment that I really started to think about the thousands of people that died because of partition and the millions that were uprooted from their homes. So that's why I decided to write this poem called 47. 47. Let's talk about that year that our soil became so rich with tears, and as it appears, the decision has been made. They've paid the price for their faith. Musulman there, Hindustan here, and well, Sikhs, they can end up anywhere. Forget your forefathers, son. What defines them means nothing now. What is done is done. You can watch the setting of the sun on your side, behind your line. Put down your shotgun. Leave it there with your zameen. What do you mean 14? 14 million. 14 million uprooted from their homes, uprooted like the roots of a tree, ripped out of the soil that they belong to. And it won't be long before they make weak out of the strong. Remove them, displaced. Let go of that embrace. That's not your home anymore. You can watch the kite soar on your side, behind your line. We couldn't even fight a war. We didn't even have a chance for our lions to roar because they were all so sure that independence is here. That's not independence, my dear. That's just a reminder that the colonialists will rule us and always will, like a pill, drugging us with opium till we were too blind to see our worth. And here we are crying for a rebirth, a change. Well, isn't that strange? This was meant to be for our own good. This was meant to be what we want. We used to love our Hindu, Muslim, Sikh neighbour. Treat them as if they were our sister, our brothers. Now we treat them as if they're the enemy, as if they're the other. A corpse-filled train. Now tell me, how will I explain that the dead were refrained from being cremated? How will I get into their brains that their remains, their skin and their manes weren't able to mix with the rain and fall into my Punjab? 5 rivers. Yet 3 are exclusively there and 2 are here. Tell me, how is that fair? Whilst you sit there at the border every day and you cheer. 2 parts of a land stretch out their thirsty hands, and whilst for some their patriotism might expand, others are desperately trying to let go of their homelands. Border, border, bringing some world order, losing more than 3/4, burn down those borders. This wasn't migration, this was mass movement. This wasn't an improvement. Listen closely, my dear, please give me your ear. Blood still spills in the lands of Kashmir. Awake from this so-called freedom and independence, or continue to live in this nightmare. Because we have been living in a lie since that very year. 47.